That's exactly what happens. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala puts anyone who makes the claim that they are believers, will push them into a corner and say, let's see how you do now. When somebody says, I can drive, what do? What does the government do? Sit behind the wheel and let's see how you do. Right? If you say that I'm a doctor, if you say I'm a translator, if you say I am this, I am that, fine, prove yourself. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَحَسِبَ النَّاسُ أَن يُتْرَكُوا أَن يَقُولُوا آمَنَّا وَهُمْ لَا يُفْتَنُونَ. Do people actually think that they can simply declare that they are believers, but that they do not get tested or tried? This claim isn't verified? The whole point of us being in this world is to have that claim verified. So Allah tests you. You say, Ya Hussein today, you should know, my dear brothers and sisters, that you will be tested, you will be tried, you will be put in the pressure cooker of this life so as to verify this claim. Some people sometimes say, I'm sure you've heard this, why did this happen to me? I've been good, I've been praying, I've been reciting du'as, I've been going to Hajj and ziyarah and whatnot. Especially when they are reborn, they're born again. They weren't very religious before. Now that they are religious, all of a sudden they expect everything to be completely hunky-dory. Everything's unicorns and butterflies. And so they'll say, but I've been religious. I've been doing everything I have to do. How come things are not working out? How come things are getting worse? The answer is very simple. This is God verifying this claim. It's easy to talk the talk. It's easy. Words are cheap. You could just say, I'm a believer, I'm this, I'm that. Ya laytana kunna ma'akum. But you should know you will be tested, which is why after Muharram, the tests will intensify. Mark my words. Because you came here to the defiance of all the demonic forces, all the deviants and imposters and liars who are trying to prevent you from committing to Imam al-Hussein. You came here and you defied your own desires. You could have been anywhere. You could have been anywhere you would have chosen. You could have engaged in whatever your heart desires. But you came here. You really made the shaitan mad. So you think he's going to let you go? After Muharram, the tests will intensify. After Hajj, the tests will intensify. After every good deed that you perform, the trial will intensify. Shaitan does his best, does what he does best. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will also test you. How? He will decrease your sustenance. He will take things away from you. Things will happen that will make you think, why is this happening to me? Well, now you know why. Because Allah wants to push you into that corner. He takes away the things that you love or the things that give you comfort, to see whether you are true to your word, whether those commitments that you made in the nights of Muharram, when you called out the name of Imam al-Hussein, when you cried for his tragedy, when you made the decision to repent and to stop, whatever things you were embroiled in, he wants to know whether you're genuine. The people of Kufa were too immersed in the dunya, which is why, brothers and sisters, the less attached we are, the better. How do you decrease those attachments? I don't want to actually talk about this, but I'll just give you a couple of tips. Traditions tell us that one of the ways to reduce attachment to the dunya is to give charity as much as you can. Every once in a while. People, I'm sure you've seen people who give charity every day. Even if it's a small amount, give charity. Even if you don't have much, give charity. Because the more you give, the more you are weakening those attachments. So if you ever lose any of it, or at the point of death when you look and see that you are leaving everything behind, it's not as difficult now, is it? Which is why the hadith says, giving charity, يُخَفِّفْ سَكَرَاتِ الْمَوْتِ. It actually brings ease to those who are dying. Because those attachments have already been weakened so much. It's like a virus that's been weakened. It's not that hard to fight it anymore. That's number one. To give charity to the poor, give money to support the majalis of Imam al-Hussein, the projects of Imam al-Hussein, the sha'a'ir of Imam al-Hussein. Go to ziyarah. Pay from your hard-earned money. Go to ziyarah. You have more to spare? Give someone else, sponsor someone else to go to ziyarah. There are so many people who save up their entire lives but they can't afford it. Help them. Support these projects. Like this organization, anything that has the name of Imam al-Hussein and is genuinely trying to serve his cause, give. Right? That's number one. Number two, dua. Imam al-Hussein says, this dua is attributed to him in Dua Arafah. He says, Allahumma akhrij hubb ad-dunya min qalbi. Oh Allah, extract the love of this dunya from my heart. You know how there are certain sins that you wouldn't even think about? Others might enjoy them, but you don't even consider those sins, right? Alcohol, why would you? You know what I mean? It's a whole industry, it's, massive, all over the world. So many people are engaged in this filth, and yet you have no desire for that. That's by the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you have no desire for it. أخرج حب الدنيا من قلبي. When it comes to the other sins, when it comes to the package that we call ad-dunya, which includes all of the sins, ask Allah to extract that love from your heart once and for all, so that you have no desire for it. Right? So that was the problem that the Kufans had. The other problem, we said, that they weren't willing to pay the price.